days is it going up and to the right? Day 0 until where is this on the x-axis?
The x-axis, that's on the y-axis.
What is the x-axis here? What is the value on the x-axis?
Value in there is 20, and that makes it like 23.
Okay, so we can say from 0 to 23, 0 to 23 days, it's going up and to the right.
Okay, so 0, 23, right?
Okay, now what other days is it going up and to the right?
It's going to 1,000, and it's going to
Look at the x values.
13,000.
The x values, x values.
Mm-hmm.
What are the x values? What is the x value here and the x value here?
$67.
Not 57. There's
I said
60,
67.
67. Okay.
I
So
said that.
67 until what's the next one? What's the one over here? This, what is that roughly?
That relates right there. That relates to 110.
Okay, very good.
Wait, wait a minute. So you can even put like a double. You can be able to put bigger numbers in the graph too.
Sure, sure, why not?
Hmm. Okay. So I should write down 0, 23, and 67, 110.
Well, more importantly, you should write up and to the right for increasing, so you'll remember it for a future time.
Okay. So I write down what's in the graph.
Yes.
Hmm.
And the graph would be good too, but you want to write these words down as well.
Okay. I also write down 0, 23, and 67, 110, right?
And the words up and to the right, that's important to remember.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm almost
Any
there.
questions? Okay.
Okay.
All right, so we're gonna look at the graph again. Grab the graph. And we'll look at the next question here.
Okay.
So it's very similar to the previous one. Could you
All
read
right.
that for us, please?
Yeah. I'm going to read that. Given the graph above, for what interval of days was the amount of money in her account decreasing?
So decreasing means it's going down and to the right. Right, so I'm going to highlight that here. This is the region where it's decreasing. And just like before, we want to use those x values. So do you see that it's
And down to the
decreasing
right, I
there?
have to right.
Yeah, so what is the x value here on the left and the right?
The yellow means that it's going down and then it's going to the right.
Yes. So what
So
are the
it's
what's the
so it's gonna be mhm.
it's asking you for the x values?
And the x values.
Yeah.
Get the x values for that. That's still the same. It's like it's 67 and 23.
So it has to be from the smaller number to the larger number. So that's 23 to 67. Good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions on that?
Yeah, let me just okay, I'm writing this down.
All right, sounds good.
Okay,
All right, so let's
got
look at
it.
the let's keep going here to part C. What does part C what does part C say? Can you read that for us, please?
Yeah, what key features would you use to determine if the money in her account was increasing from fast from day 10 to day 20 or day 90 to day 100? Uses key feature and determine for what time interval her money was increasing the fastest.
So let me highlight this here. So 10 to 20 is right there. And then I'm going to grab a different highlighter. Let's go 90 to 100. 90 to 100 is right there. So have you ever gone hiking?
Hiking, I used to when I was little.
Okay. So which is more steep or steeper? The yellow or the red?
Which is more steep.
Yeah, so I mean the idea is like which is harder to climb if you're hiking.
I would say day 10 to day 20.
Uh, we're looking at the same graph, right? You can see the yellow, you can see the red.
Hmm.
So what I'm asking you is like, let's say you could walk up this ramp or you had to walk up this ramp. Which is going to be easier? Which is harder, I guess. Which is easier, which is harder?
I think day 90 to day 100, the pink.
Well, it is if it's not the other one, it's this one. But why is the one on the right harder? What's the issue with that one?
Why is the one on the right harder? Okay.
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Could you formulate a response, please?
I'm saying is that the key feature is just showing of it's that the second one,
Why, though?
which is because you can see the person climbing into the into a big triangle right here. It's very hard to climb up to this triangle.
But you originally told me yellow was more difficult. I'm trying to understand why. Like
Not that, but this one.
like I'm trying to understand what did you see that you just said, oh, yellow is harder than red.
Red is harder than yellow.
Okay, like if it's not heads, it's tails. If it's not lights aren't on, they're off. But I'm trying to ask you something. It's like you walked into a room, the lights are on, and you said the lights are off. And I'm trying to know why that is. Sarish, when you play video games
Hmm.
and you can't beat the harder level, what do you do when you can't beat it? Or you're struggling to do something? What do you do when you find a part of the game that you can't figure out? It's too tough, you don't know how to do it. What do you do?
You should be able to like get it. You should be able to try to just figure it out by yourself.
Well, I'm asking, how do you figure it out when you're stuck on a video game?
You should just remember what mechanics you should use.
Sir, what day of the week is it?
The day of the week. Today it is Monday.
Okay, all right. Okay, so the answer here is from 90 to 100. The graph is steeper here.
Okay. Okay. Let me write that down. Okay, got it down.
All right. We're going to look at part D. All right, I'm going to go ahead and snip this in. Could you read the question for us, please?
What were the absolute minutes
Minimums,
okay,
and
minimum
maxes.
waxes?
So minimum is a valley, maximum is a peak, where you can think of it as the lowest and the highest. Okay, so I want you to look at the entire curve here. Where's the highest place? Where is the highest place?
Where is the highest place? It's at right over there. It's like between 80 and 100.
Give me the X value where it's the highest. Where's the highest place along? Or give me the y value. What's the highest y value?
1800.
Okay,
1800.
what's the x value then?
The x value?
Do you have any idea what I'm talking about?
Yeah, what is the x value? I know that.
What is the x value where it's a maximum?
110.
Okay, so it looks like it's actually here. You see that
Well,
that's
yeah,
the
but
high,
there's a line right there which is going forward. The bottom line right there, it's going forward.
and it's going down lower. What is the x value there?
105.
Okay, so that's where it is. Now let's go to the left here. What is the maximum? Let's go all the way to the left there. What's that maximum value? What's that approximately? What's the y value there?
The y value.
Yeah.
Y value right there. 1890.
Yeah, but it goes up by 200 each time. So this is really 2000 up here. See how it's a 200 jump?
Oh, wait a minute. It's like jumping to the twos place.
Right.
Okay.
So it looks like it's closer to 2000. So what's the, like, give me a number closer to 2000 that you think it is. Do you understand the question?
Can you ask me again, please?
I'm asking you for the y value. What's the y value right here? Cursor.
2000.
Well, it's not quite there. It's a little below that.
So it's 100 and 1990.
Okay, yeah, that's acceptable. So 1990. Okay. Look at
Mm-hmm.
the graph now again and tell me where the minimum is. Where is the minimum? The lowest point. Where's the lowest point?
Right here. It's at 65.
That's 65.
Mm-hmm.
So 65. So right there is the minimum. There's nothing lower than that.
And no. It's right over here. Oh, I'm.
I can't see what you're doing. You have to use words.
I'm
Left,
saying.
right. I'm just asking for the lowest place, Sourish. The lowest.
Right there. It's at 67.
Okay, so there we go. 67's right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not the lowest. Now,
I'm
if you mean if you mean this right here, this where I'm
yes,
moving it,
I'm meaning that.
well, that's not 67. What's this middle line?
That's a 65, but it's not pointing to
It's
65.
it's not 65. What does it go up by each time?
70.
Okay. Now, that is not the lowest point. Go left. Is there anything lower than that?
Is there I go left?
Is there
Yes,
anything
it's
lower?
zero. It's zero. It's zero.
Okay, so at 0, what is the y value?
1,000.
Okay, so the absolute min is 1,000. The absolute max is 1990.
Okay. I'll write it down.
Okay.
Okay. Bow down.
Right. So let's look at the next question there, D2.
Yep.
All right. What were, go ahead and read that for us, please.
What were the relative minimums and maximums of money in her account? Explain what those mean in context.
Okay. So relative minimum and relative maximum. These are the peaks and the valleys, but they're not the necessarily the highest point. So which is the peak, which is the valley, A and B? Which one represents a peak? Which one represents a valley? And if you're not sure about those words, go ahead and look them up on the internet. Talk
Okay.
about it. What's a peak? What's a valley?
The valley is a low area and the peak is the top area. The
Okay,
tallest
so
area. The
so
area.
out of A and B, which is the peak and which is the valley?
The peak. The peak is at A and the valley is at B.
Okay, so at A, what is the y value there? What is the y value there?
The Y value.
What is the y value at A?
1,800.
Okay. At B, what is the y value?
What's the Y value? 1,300.
Okay. All right, go ahead and get that down, please.
Okay.